let's talk about a very, very important topic for my fellow light workers, because I've been encountering so many of us who are actually afraid to put ourselves out there, like what I am doing right now on the video, for many different reasons that I actually shared in some point of my life. But I want to talk about this and hopefully inspire you guys to actually also step up, because what we know, what we work with, and the healing that we can bring for other people, like how we support other human beings. This is so important that we can't really, hold ourselves back anymore. There's this one thing that I heard over and over again from many different people. And, even when I go to events and I talk to people and then they somehow bring this up, is each of us are a channel of blessings from God to someone else. So, for example, me creating this video and potentially inspiring someone is me actually being a channel from blessings from God to someone else. Because if I can inspire someone, then I am already bringing in this blessing to someone. And I am not talking about it in a level of, I am superior, I am this guru that is like up there and all. But no, but you have to understand that even if you're not there, you being here can already share what you learn, what you experienced to help others that are here. And one day, these people, they step up, or they might even step upper than you, and they are also channels of blessings for other people. So what I learned, if I share it, what I experienced, if I share it, for example, topics of betrayal, forgiveness, what I learned about this, if I share and someone resonates and someone feels touched by it, then I am already a channel of blessing for these people. And in my life, I have received so many blessings from people who are the channels from God, from God's blessing to reach me. And I can only be here where I am today because of these blessings. So when we are holding back because, I'm afraid of how I'm going to be perceived, maybe my videos are boring, maybe no one might listen. But no, actually, even on your level, or on your current level, you are already inspiring someone else. Because if you already went through something and you learned from it, like some people might already need you to, learn about certain things. So we are not going to help like everyone, maybe. We might not going to, change the world, maybe in our current level. But when we have the courage to actually expose ourselves just a little bit more, we never know who we are going to touch. And I was surprised, like years ago, I think 5 years ago, when I created my YouTube channel actually, and I started to post a few videos. At that time, I was more monotone, more stiff, and still a few women actually commented like, oh, wow, this is really helpful. Wow, can you actually help me with something? And I even gave like some sessions for some in the past because they reached out to me. But at that time, I didn't graduate from the Awareness Facilitator School, which is a school where I learn about somatic practices, therapeutic practices, breath work, and all. Well, I still haven't certificated yet, because to have the certificate, besides attending the modules, you need to do even more facilitation work along with my teacher. And I still need to have this journey before I can call myself official awareness facilitator. But At that time, I gave sessions for free because I told her like, oh, I haven't graduated yet. I'm still a student, but I can actually with what you might look for, I can give you sessions for free, and then you see how it helps you and all. And I was already surprised that some people were already finding it useful. And I eventually erased those videos because when I came back now recently, I felt that those videos didn't resonate, which I actually, maybe I should have kept them. But anyways, what I wanted to say is that many of us don't start as eloquent speakers. And I don't feel like I'm this perfect speaker that is very eloquent. I am just as I am. And yeah, and I went through a journey. For a year or almost two, I was in this Toastmasters club locally in Lisbon, so that I learned how to do a little bit of public speaking. And you see, I became an eloquent speaker, not because I was keeping in mind all these techniques like, vocal variety and body language and all, but rather when I actually claimed what I want to speak with passion, like, this is what I want to speak, and I trust that people that I am speaking to are also interested in it, which they were in the sessions of Toastmaster. And when I was able to speak about those kind of things that I'm really passionate, obsessed about, then, this level of liveliness actually comes, that I don't feel as stiff anymore. But I sometimes I sometimes stutter, I sometimes trip on my words. And it is fine. Like the more you do this, the better you are going to improve. And that's the thing. Our work as light workers is so important. And there is another thing that I need to touch on, and that I felt it as well, is how the title of light worker, or if you call yourself coach, therapist, mentor, etc., or if you want to do this kind of work and you want to start, you might have a level of difficulty fully claim it confidently. And that is also okay, Start sharing. And, one of my favorite teachers, she says that if you want to do serious inner work, either get married, have kids, or do a business, or all. And when I started my business in another channel, Blooming Feminine Academy, I wasn't ready for what I was coming to face. Because first, when someone asked me once, saying, hey, Monica, tell these people, like, what are you working at in an event with a few people present? And then I was like, oh, right. I was like mentally, oh, right. It's true. I'm actually a business owner now. This, like between this transition of who you are right now to owning this title of light worker, therapist, mentor, coach, teacher, etc., there is this gap that you need to go through. Is a rite of passage that you will feel that you need to own this title sooner or later. And we need to start to own it. We need to start to, hop into this bicycle instead of being so afraid to, should I hop onto this bicycle? Maybe I should learn how to perfect this techniques of, I don't know, presenting yourself, whatever, before I hop onto this metaphorical bicycle. But you can listen to many theories, like, to ride a bicycle, you need to tilt a little bit the handles when you encounter rocks or whatever, walk your ways and all. You can listen to like many theories, but you only learn it when you truly experience how to maneuver the handle, how to ride, what speed you need to go in certain roads, types of roads, and how to navigate through it. You really just need to hop on and start to do it and understand that your work is important. The longer you hold yourself back is the longer you are like depriving people of your blessings. Like you are being this channel from God to give so that blessings from God can go through other people. These people are like desperate for healing, for listening to what you need to listen. And you wondering, oh, maybe people don't like me and etc. Which is okay, we all go through this process, but don't let yourself stay for too long, Find help if you need, share with other people, but really give it a try, because people are often not really looking for perfection. And big channels like, I don't know, Till Swan, Eckhart Tolle, the people, like even my teachers, everyone starts somewhere. Like they don't need to be this eloquent speaker. What they need to be is authentic. And this is the journey often. Like, are you actually courageous enough to be authentic and show up as you are on the level that you are right now? Because you don't need to be this guru that is up here. And I can tell you, many light workers on different levels. And that's what other people need. Because I can tell you that I cannot really resonate the perspectives and, I don't know, philosophies of how Eckhart Tolle see relationships. I think that I saw once the interview for him and his wife or partner and etc. And the way they were talking was so like freedom. Love is all that matters. You can love the other person without, I don't know, any structure and all. And I cannot relate to it. It's too high up there spiritually. And right now I'm having this human experience with my own insecurities, with my own female brain that needs certain assurances, that needs stability in a relationship, and that needs a level of commitment, or else I wouldn't feel safe enough to bring in my feminine energy, or my masculine energy might come out and take over the lead and not trust my partner, etc., etc. And my level is what's needed for many people on these similar levels. And that is okay. And people on higher level than me, they might seek Eckhart Tolle, for example. And that is okay. And you have to understand that, many people are already doing what I'm doing. And maybe, for example, for me, I'm feminine embodiment teacher, and I also teach about masculine and feminine polarity in relationships. And I can say, there are many of these women already working with many women, and some are even on a higher, more sophisticated level, and I learned from them after all. But they cannot, take care of all the women in this world that need this kind of service, support. And then my story might actually resonate more with certain women's, their paths and etc. While these women might actually resonate more for other women, for example. For example, one thing that I have is that I bring in the topics of breakup and no contact. I even have a course on this because I feel like there aren't many women who talks about situationships, how to navigate them. Many women, they talk about how to avoid them, but when you're in these situations and no contact nowadays, the on and off relationships, like I have experienced it myself, and I bring this also to other women. But for example, other women might already talk, I manifested my soulmate right after I broke up, or they talk briefly about, I had an on and off relationship, and then now I am already in this marriage with my soulmate, a provider man, etc., etc. And we all have different stories and different resonance. So by you actually exposing yourself, you're bringing in your unique flavor, your unique essence, your unique story that some people might resonate more than with others. For example, there are many content out there that are targeted for women who already are multinational success, CEOs, business owners, and all. And for example, I don't really resonate with that level. Like, I can help with certain relationship themes, but for example, I wouldn't be able to talk about certain things and that they might look for. And then, yeah, so you see, there are so many different flavors. And you have to, what you have to, and often this is the journey for many light workers, as they want to really have more exposure, is to own their authentic part. And I can tell you, this is not just about owning your courage to speak, oh, this light, this love, that, because there is a shadow side, okay? And I saw that in many people, including myself at times, is when you have this inherent desire to be seen, to be acknowledged by people, but you are not really putting yourself out there, you will have a shadow that craves for that, okay? And that craving, if you are not fully aware in it, can come out in less healthy ways. It can come out sometimes. I see this in a lot of women, especially, is they give unsolicited advice to people. They overshare a lot, and then they might even come across as critical, like giving their advice in a way that, hey, I don't agree with that. It should actually be like this and all. And let's just say that this is not very healthy, okay? But it's so very clear to me at times that this is actually the shadow of them actually yearning, desiring to put themselves out there, and are actually not capable of doing it yet. And I can tell you, it's clear to me because I've been there as well. Just not as too many unsolicited advices, because I learned actually to, I am going to put myself where I am appreciated. And for example, I don't really continue to share something if I feel that someone in a conversation is already disconnected or loses interest, and etc. And I only share certain things if I feel that there is the other person is valuing. So I'm not feeling that, oh, I'm throwing pearls to pigs. I'm actually adopting this expression recently. And for example, I am sharing on this channel what I learned, so that only people who are curious or is resonating is watching it. So I don't really need to force my energy onto anyone that might not actually want to receive it, because our advices and our opinions can be a gift, but only if there is a resonance, like if someone wants to receive it, and if we are respecting the other person's boundaries, so that we only share if they are interested in listening. So for example, if someone really is asking for relationship advice, then I give, but I don't usually go tell people like, hey, by the way, what you're doing with your boyfriend, it's not very good. Like, I wouldn't do that, okay? And I wouldn't also like people to do that to me. Like, I don't want unsolicited advices as well. And if you're giving me unsolicited advice, I would feel that you're actually not really understanding my situation and not respecting me as well. So this is actually one of the shadow aspects of many light workers, when they are not feeling that their desire to be seen and appreciated is fully satisfied. And yet I see many, they really want to have this courage to share, but then they are holding themselves back because they don't feel confident enough. But as a Chinese, I see many Chinese people doing businesses. When back then I was in Macau, what they do is that they don't think so much. Then when they see a business opportunity, for example, there was a time in Macau that the photo stickers were very popular. So this is like, a big machine, like a photo booth that you go in and then you take photos, and then the photos comes with cute frames, and then it's stickers that you can share with friends and etc. The moment that became popular, you wouldn't see Chinese people like, oh, should I open a business? Should I not? No, they are like, okay, let's open a store with a few booths and see how it goes. And this is so important. Like when we don't start, when we are just in this limbo phase for too long, then we are really like, why are we so afraid? Because many people, they start awkward. They start with bad video qualities. Like the video qualities I started before were slightly worse. And then only, recently I got this microphone. Really. And it's like, don't worry so much. Like, why do you hold yourself in such a standards of a professional? Like, when many people, what they crave is not a polished background, is not a polished, setting, but actually your authentic voice. Like they want to see a human being that went through something and then learned something about it and shared it. They don't want to see a guru that is here that they cannot even relate to, So I hope that this is helpful to help you really at least gain a little bit more courage and decisiveness to, allow the channel of blessing that you are to be discovered, to be seen, and allow other people to receive the blessings through you. And this is so important. Don't deprive people of the blessings that you are bringing into this world, okay? And God put you here in this lifetime as a seed for a reason. So allow yourself to fully, finally be sprouted. And even if the beginning is not glamorous, and maybe you shared these videos, the first ones will not be very beautiful, polished. And you might laugh about it in a few years later. But maybe some other new content creator might look at your channel and wow, this person who now has like 10,000, 100,000, or even, who knows, millions of followers, actually started like this. And let them be inspired as well, even with your imperfections and flaws, because we all need to show this. And I don't really edit my videos. I just cut the beginning and the end to trim the videos, and often that's it, unless I say something that I really find, okay, maybe I said something obnoxious, something embarrassing, and I really need to cut it. But usually just let it slide, because people want to see a human being, not an AI being in front of the camera, and they want to know that you are a relatable person. Okay, so I hope that this video helps. And if you also want to share something in the comment section, like how has been your experience, what you really feel is actually blocking your confidence, and that you might want to help unblocking, and if I can really help with any situation, let me know, share in the comments, and maybe I can give you some insights, or at least my experience of it, and if that can be helpful. Or simply just share so that other people can relate to it and feel, I also went through this as well, or I'm also actually going through this as well, so that you guys can also share and have conversations with each other to actually also maybe encourage each other and at least feel that you're not alone, because you are not really alone. And we might not realize it, but many of us have a team of spirit guides and guardian angels, and God is our investor. They are investing on our journey so that we can bring in the blessings as the fruits for other people. And yeah, this is the beauty, like if you feel like you need support, you can actually pray for it. Like I do this a lot, like, God, please help me, please guide me through this process and help me channel what I need to channel for the greater good of other people, to support their journey, alignment, higher purpose. And you can start to ask for signs or help with your team of spirit guides and guardian angels, and they will help you, like eventually guide you on the journey in some way or another, as long as you ask for it, and as long as you have the courage, really, and the desire, especially the desire. If you have a desire, God put a desire inside of you, not so that it would die off, He put a seed of desire in you so that it can grow. And it is so true for many things, for our purpose, for the relationships that we want, for many things. And our journey often starts with acknowledging this desire, purely acknowledging them, and then allow ourselves to be guided for them to sprout. So I hope that this video helps. My name is Monica, and see you soon. Stay in touch.